time!
The UFC returns with can't miss action this Saturday.
I can't wait!
Jessica Evil Eye welcomes Cynthia Calvillo to the flyweight division. UFC Fight Night, only on ESPN.
Targeting Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway 2 for the featherweight title. That's one of the title fights that they won on that card. Of course, they first fought back in December of last year. Volkanovski beat Max Holloway to win the featherweight title, so this would be an immediate rematch. They haven't fought since, and Volkanovski coming off hand surgery, and so this is a fight that makes a lot of sense in the 145-pound division. It's really the only fight right now that makes the most sense for Volkanovski in his first title defense, but it isn't signed just yet. They're hoping that that can be done this week. Now, they're also talking about adding 2 other title fights to that card. One would be Petr Yan versus Jose Aldo for the vacant bantamweight title. The other would be Kamaru Usman defending his welterweight title. The original plan was for Usman to fight Jorge Masvidal, but those talks aren't going well at all. So now Gilbert Burns is the frontrunner to replace Masvidal and fight Usman for his belt. As for where the fight would happen, where the fight card would happen, well, it's looking like it's going to happen on quote-unquote Fight Island. Right now, the UFC isn't telling the competitors where Fight Island is. There's all kinds of rumors that it will happen somewhere overseas, but right now they're not spilling the beans.
We're talking about TJ, who's still suspended. He's not even there, but that's a fight I would like to get back. You know what I mean? We all knew what he was on. We all knew what he was doing. It took so many times, for him to skate by USADA, unfortunately. But, he's serving his sentence. He's going to always have to live with that the rest of his life. He has a child that he has, eyes on him, that knows that his dad was a cheater. The whole world looked up to him, a lot of young kids. It's sad. I kind of feel bad for the guy. He has no confidence that he has to use those kind of aids to be a fighter. But we'll see, you know what I mean? I'm going to be at the World Championship. I'm going to be at the top. So if he works his way back up there, open doors. Let's get it.
I saw a lot of people pushing for you versus Cody, and not to suggest...
There's no way he takes that fight. There's no way he'd take that fight. It's a lose-lose for him. 1, he's probably going to get knocked out. And 2, it's like he's fighting someone that has a lot of hype. But if he beats me, people will say, oh, but it's a lose-lose for him, I feel like. So I'm sure they would avoid that fight.
Would you take it?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I feel like I'd knock Cody out.
Wow. Based on what you saw on Saturday, or just in general?
I mean, he looked more improved Saturday, for sure. He looked like he was more calculated, more calm. He looked very much improved from his previous get knocked out 3 times. So he did improve. I think he is a high level. He's a very, very dangerous opponent. Anyone that just throws bombs like that's dangerous. But I feel like I'm calculated enough, accurate enough, and skill-wise enough to, be able to knock him out. So, yeah, that's a win-win fight for me.
Like I said, man, I've done everything MMA. I'm satisfied with my career. I think there would only be one fight that would really bring you back to, that would really, that would really wake me up in the morning. That's against, other than Ryan Garcia, it would be Alexander Volkanovski, that overgrown legend. I would love to make him bend the knee. 'Cause he's already halfway there, Steve.
So you're still, if you did have to fight again in MMA wise, you want a third title?
I want a third title because I want to be different. There's a lot of champs. I mean, obviously, there's only one Triple C. There's only one Olympic champ, flyweight champ, bantamweight champion of the world. But it's just to cement it and go on the history books as the greatest mixed martial artist of all time.
We saw you with Mike Tyson. It's the talk of the combat sports world. Break some news here, Triple C. When are we seeing Mike Tyson back in the ring?
Man, Mike Tyson's in a beautiful, beautiful place. You know, Uncle Mike is, man, he's about as ready as you could ever imagine. He's talking without his shirt off. I mean, the dude is ripped. He's serious. The only thing that I could say that when Mike Tyson does make his comeback, that it's going to be the biggest thing in sports.
Well, there's all speculation of who he's going to fight. We see boxers, we see MMA guys. Tito Ortiz's name has been popped up there. What about Triple C? You want to get into the boxing world? You're chasing the gold. Mike's a former champ.
Oh no, man! Dude, I love Uncle Mike. I could never lay a finger on Uncle Mike. You know what I mean? Mike Tyson has been a huge mentor, man. Those who truly know Mike Tyson, like, he's a guy that guides a lot of people. And I feel like I'm under his wing, so Triple C will bend the knee to Uncle Mike.
To be able to say some things and get them off my chest. Basically, it's not that I'm asking for more money. It's I'm asking for a bigger revenue share of what we bring in. You know, I got a lot of questions, and one of them is NBA, NHL, baseball. They make, I think, 50% of what the players with the organization of the players brings in. But football, I think it's 47%. Mine's is like 18%. So I have these questions in my mind, like, why so much does to put the cage up cost so much to set up? What is it so much, you know? And I want these questions answered, maybe. So I thought, what better place to come on here and answer these questions, you know?
You're not the only one. John Jones, another huge name, is seemingly going the same route. Did you do this in concert with each other?
No. I just kind of, as I saw him going through his thing, I was like, funny, my negotiations are reaching a standstill, you know, we're kind of at a stalemate. And it just got worse and worse. And then they offered this fight to somebody else for a lot less money, and that person's willing to take it. So then I get shortchanged in a way, you know. So it's cool if somebody else is willing to do it for less money, but that puts us or the guy that doesn't want to do it for less money in a weird situation, because it's not like I go to another show and stuff like that, because that's illegal for us. We're under contract. So what they tell you to at a certain point in your career, like they told John Jones and Henry, you retire. You know, if you want more money, you're not getting it, well, we're not going to let you go, so you got to do retire. And where in America does that happen? You go into a job and you ask for a promotion, they tell you, no, you're not getting there, you're not getting raised, and you got to retire. You know, so I don't think that's too cool. And I wanted to say my thoughts on it.
Listening to the rep, you gotta listen to the sound. You gotta be aware of all that, Gilbert. You gotta get information from all of that. 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go, Gilbert. This is for round 4 and 5. You know he doesn't like this. You know he doesn't like this. Champ, let's go, champ. Go. I'll let you know when you're 10 seconds out. Distracted. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Big Diaz on his ass. Back him with 10 big ones. Halfway. 10 seconds left. Come on, man. Finish training camp. Finish training camp. 3, 2, 1, done.
Beautiful. Dale, estás entero. Estás entero. Time to rest, baby. We're done. Training camp is officially over. Congratulations.
I say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the he wants.